Here we go again, people. It looks to me that Cyrax is back. He took like a very short vacation, which he's been off for about maybe a week or 2 weeks or whatever. But we all know that Cyrax was going to make his return and talk about the same old, same old. He doesn't really have nobody to talk to. Clearly, Sally and Ed, them the only people that he talks to in that house. But other than that, he doesn't really have anybody to talk to. He doesn't really have, and that's the thing about Cyrax. That's why he gets on the internet, because he has nobody to talk to. He doesn't. He doesn't have nobody to talk to. He needs this internet stuff to talk to. Just like yesterday, he made a video talking about him and his so-called imaginary girlfriend, whatever girlfriend he claimed that he have. I mean, people, we've seen this movie plenty of times. Every time this goblin gets with a girlfriend on the internet or whatever like that, whether it's a real one or a fake one, he always gets on the internet and talking about, you were supposed to be loyal to me and you betrayed me. You listen to all these trolls and everything like that. You know, Cyrax go talking his trash, go putting her on blast and everything like that. Because how many females that Cyrax self-proclaimed to be his girlfriend on the internet, and next thing you know, they start having a falling out and everything like that. Oh yeah, I never trusted you anyway. I knew you was a troll and this and that. Why you keep talking to these females on the internet, Cyrax, if you know that they're either probably buddy trolls or they just pretending to suck up to you, to try to get close to you, to wait that perfect moment to let them know that they troll you and you was never their type. How many times you got to keep going through with that? It's like no matter how many times this dude step into shit, he steps in it so many freaking times, man. I guess Cyrax don't mind stepping into poop. I guess he doesn't mind stepping into people. I guess he enjoys it. You know what I'm saying? Cyrax loves stepping in a pile of poop. And no matter how many times he steps in it, he seems to be enjoying it. I honestly think he likes the attention, people. I honestly does. What 30-some-year-old man gonna come on the internet and say that him and his girlfriend have a falling out, and then you wonder why these trolls on here have ammunition on here? Because you give them ammunition, idiot. Yeah, me and my girlfriend, whoever she is, we have a little falling out. He made a video saying that, she been through stuff and everything like that. Why are you telling everybody this, Cyrax? Why are you giving these trolls ammunition? That is something that's supposed to be kept between you and her. And you talking about saying that you have trust issues and this and that, then why are you still talking to these people? Why are you associating yourself with these people if you know they're all just a bunch of buddy trolls? See, he's desperate, people. He's desperate. He's lonely. He got nobody to talk to. Ed and Sally and them not gonna sit there and talk to him about these kind of things, dog. He doesn't have nobody to talk to. This is his social life, people. This is how Cyrax get by in life. Is talking to a bunch of random people on the internet that just trolls him, makes fun of him, laugh at him. That's all he got. You know what I'm saying? People sit there and they listen to you, Cyrax, and they saying, look at this guy. Let's listen to this guy. Nobody feels sorry for you. And whoever this new girlfriend that you got, Cyrax, whoever she is, whether she's real or not, because I honestly think Cyrax has very low self-awareness. We all know that, people. He loves getting played. All these females that he dealt with on the internet, you would think he had unlearned his lesson by now, like Kira and all the other. I will say there was this one female chick, I forgot what her name was, but I think she was an OnlyFan. She was about the closest one that was trying to help Cyrax out. I think she was an OnlyFan. I think Cyrax and her I think she's in Australia though, but I forgot her name. If anybody remembers her name, leave a comment if you guys know who I'm talking about. But I think she was the only fan model. But I think she was the closest one that was really trying to help Cyrax out. That was really trying to tell Cyrax, like, ignore these trolls. Like, don't you see these people are trolling you? And the trolling stuff just got to Cyrax so bad. He got so very insecure. He blamed her, saying that I think you're part of the trolls and you're with Marty and all those guys and stuff like that. And she was really trying to help Cyrax. And I felt and you know what? Why help someone like Cyrax if they don't want to be helped? Especially when someone like Cyrax is insecure. And that goes for any females out there. Any females out there that wants to be close friends with Cyrax, y'all should know this. Okay, yeah, he'll take you in, but why would you want to get involved with someone that's pretty much has very insecurity issues? He has very low self-esteem. He doesn't have that much self-awareness. And sooner or later, he's gonna blame you and thinking that you're part of the troll community. So why would any real female out there want to get involved with a guy like Cyrax? Why would any female out there on the internet wants to have a future with Cyrax? Because she's probably got to be disgusting, filthy, nasty, just like Cyrax. Because that's the only type of woman that will want you, Cyrax. They're the only type of women that will want you. She has to be nasty, filthy, don't take bath, don't wash her ass, none of that type of stuff. They're the only type of female that probably that would like you. She would have to have the same effed up issues you have, Cyrax, because that's the only female that you can draw. She's got to be one of them abusive types. She's either got to be abused, or, one of them women that got abused and probably take any guys in. I honestly think whoever this female is, whether she's real or not, if she's real, I think she's only just accepting you because she feels sorry for you. Because we know, Cyrax, you go to these females with your sad stories. With your sad stories, playing the victim. Because that's how Cyrax is. He act like a female. A grown-ass man come on the internet playing the victim like he a female, like he got raped. Because that's what females do. Normally women does that. Normally a woman would try to play the victim or try to explain to them about their past or what with their ex. That is exactly how Cyrax is when it comes to these females. He'll go to them with his problems. And he'll try to play the victim. Let me just say this, Cyrax. The female that you're talking to, if she's real or not, you better pray she doesn't have any kids. Because why would any woman out there that has freaking kids wants to build a future with a pedo like you, Cyrax? Why would any woman out there want to build a future with someone, a guy who has a super obsession over children? Make that make sense, people. Every time, I mean, this dude, I told you, man, he ain't made no videos in a good while. He's been offline for about maybe 2 weeks or a week. He couldn't even start the internet. First thing he do when he comes back, he's talking about he's trying to get himself back together and everything like that. And then you come up there and you complain about your girlfriend, this and that. How you gonna claim somebody to be your girlfriend, Cyrax, if you ain't never met up with her? That's the thing about this online dating stuff. I'm not knocking nobody down when they do this online dating stuff, but I look at it like this. If you want to claim somebody to be your girlfriend or boyfriend, at least go meet up. Then I'll give you credit for it. But how you going to claim somebody to be your girlfriend if y'all never smelled each other's breath, y'all never touched each other, you never took each other out for dinner or anything like that? So how in the devil can you sit there and self-proclaim someone to be your girlfriend on the internet, Cyrax? That doesn't make any sense, okay? You don't have no money. Nowadays, a woman, unless she's desperate, she probably don't care. But nowadays, when you're dating a woman, man, you better have some money on you, man. I ain't saying you got to be rich, But nowadays, when you date a woman, man, you better have some money on you, man. At least have a freaking car. At least have something. You don't got none of that, Cyrax. I'm just saying, though, man. This is how I know Cyrax would never get a girlfriend, man. This is how I know the girlfriend relationship stuff would never work with this man. Because for one, Cyrax would be sitting around the house. Let's say if Cyrax did have a girlfriend in real life, people. I'm just using Cyrax as an example. Let's say if he did file him a girlfriend in real life, and she had a job and she had a car, it would not work because for one, she would kick Cyrax out the house because Cyrax would be too lazy to go out and go get him a job because she'll call him lazy, saying that I'm out working, paying the bills and doing this and doing that. And Cyrax have zero dollars to help pay the rent and pay all the other stuff like that because Cyrax would be too busy arguing with trolls. You know, imagine if Cyrax's girlfriend had a job, she trying to sleep, and Cyrax sitting there arguing with trolls 12 or 1 o'clock at night, and she trying to sleep. I mean, ain't no woman out there going to put up with that, Cyrax. No woman out there going to put up with that, especially if she's one of those types of women that's responsible, paying her bills, paying light bills, paying rent. Ain't no woman going to get with you, man, because a woman ain't going to deal with that type of stuff, bro, because she'll call you lazy. She'll throw you up under the bus. She'll say how she'll basically just kick you out the house and find another man that will have a job. Ain't no woman out there gonna mess with a loser like you, Cyrax. You're a loser, bro. You're a loser. It's not because the way you look. It's just how you act, bro. Ain't no woman out there in real life gonna take you in, bro. They look at these videos of you. They'll look at all these nasty and disgusting videos of you on YouTube, and they'll be disgusted. I'm talking about a real normal woman. A real normal woman would not take you in, Cyrax, because she'll look at all these videos and see how disgusted, especially if she's have children. If she have children and she look at all these old videos of you on YouTube, including Rumble, and see how disgusting you are, see how foul and everything. And of course, Cyrax will sit there and say, he'll blame it on the trolls and say, well, it was their fault. They pushed me to that and this and that. They didn't push you to that. They did not push you to that. You did that yourself, Cyrax. You did that yourself. But a normal woman out there would not take you in, Cyrax. Now, a nasty, filthy woman probably would. A nasty hillbilly woman that don't take baths like you do. Yeah, those kind of women probably might take you in and might accept you for who you are. I'm talking about the nasty, filthy one that don't take baths, that don't wash their ass, none of that type of stuff. They're the only type of women that will probably accept you for who you are, Cyrax, because she's got to be nasty and gross like you are. But no, Cyrax, I don't mean to sound negative when I say this, but at this rate, bro, you got a lot of, you need to work on yourself. And trust me, there's a lot of things that you need to do to work on yourself, and you have not made no improvements. And again, Cyrax, I don't care how you live your life. Live your life any way how you want to live your life. If you want to stay locked up in that dungeon of room of yours, that little dungeon, small room of yours for the rest of your life until you're 50 or 60 or 70 years old, and you choose to die in that room, then that's your choice in life. Okay? I don't care if you go out and get a job or not, Cyrax. I'm gonna be one of the first people on YouTube. Now, a lot of people on YouTube say, yes, Cyrax, we want to see you get better in life, you little goblin. We want to see you get better and improve yourself, and then maybe we'll leave you alone. I'm not one of them people that thinks like that. I'm one of these people that I don't give a F how Cyrax live his life. If Cyrax was to be homeless, I wouldn't give two craps. I wouldn't give a crap if this guy went homeless, because I would just be sitting there laughing at him, saying that we told you this was going to happen to you, Cyrax. And it's deep down inside Cyrax's soul, Deep down in his soul, he know we're right when it comes to the homeless. He know we're right, and it worries him. He can play it off all he wants to. Cyrax can try to play it off all he wants to and try to make it look like that doesn't bother him. But deep down inside his pathetic soul, it bothers him. And he know that we're right, whether he wants to hear the truth or not. Because that day is going to come. That day is going to come when Cyrax be homeless. It's going to come. And he's going to be walking out there in the streets, lost, confused, crying. People looking at him all weird and strange. Might see Cyrax at the park somewhere for the first time in his life. You know what I'm saying? It's like what Scott Steiner said, man. Go out and get a job like your daddy did. Go out and get you a job some freaking weirdo. But, and I've said this like over 100 times already. It wouldn't work if he did win a job, got a job. The only way Cyrax can possibly get his life back, and a lot of people say, well, it wouldn't work if Cyrax got his life back. The only way Cyrax can possibly get his life back is him and Sally and Ed and them would need to move to a different state. And I said this before. They would need to move to a different state. But Cyrax would have to stay off the internet for a good while. Move to a different state where no one don't know who he is, because everybody in that neighborhood know who Cyrax is. That little neighborhood that they stay in, everybody knows who he is. But I think it'd be best that they just move to a different state. Now, some people say it probably wouldn't do no good if Cyrax moved to a different state somewhere. Y'all may be right. It probably wouldn't be any better though. But I know that's what I would do. I would just move to a different state somewhere where people don't know where I live at. Move somewhere very far. That's the only way these trolls won't know where Cyrax is at. But I don't know if that will work or not. I honestly don't think that'll work, because Cyrax, again, he'll sneak back on the internet, and somehow they'll probably DDoS him and find out his location, and he's right back where he is, being followed and everything like that. Because I honestly don't see nobody taking Cyrax in. No one's gonna take this dude in when he become homeless. I mean, I've seen videos that nobody inside of the family doesn't really want to have nothing to do with Cyrax. Instead of wasting your time, Cyrax, arguing with these trolls, come on the internet, telling everybody your sad, pathetic stories, you should be concentrated on trying to get your life together, man. Because time's ticking, Cyrax. Time is ticking. Yeah, Sally might got about 5 or 6 more years to live, maybe even longer. But when she goes, that's it for you, buddy. That's it for you. You was finished. You's finished. I don't know about Ed. Like I said, I honestly don't think Ed's gonna take you in nowhere. After all the disrespect that you said to Ed in the past, I don't see Ed taking you in. And if I was Ed, I wouldn't take you in either. I'd be like, nah, bro, I can't take you in. You've been disrespectful to me. You've been running your mouth, being disrespectful. I'm trying to sleep Ed trying to sleep at night, and Ed trying to ask you politely to turn that music down or go outside. And that's the thing about the music stuff. When Cyrax be playing his music, I noticed that Cyrax have a garage outside. You have a freaking garage out there in your backyard. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, why don't he go out there to his garage and do his music? That way they don't hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I would do. If I'm going to make my song the way I want to say it, if I was living with my parents, and there's a garage in my backyard, that's where I would go to be making my song. I can play the music as loud as I want because they won't be able to hear it. Because you don't want to do all that cussing and swearing in front of your parents. Because that's the thing about me. I was raised right. My parents raised me not to cuss. If I cuss around my parents be telling me to get the F out their house. Don't be cussing in my house. But Cyrax don't have that kind of respect for Sally, though. He doesn't. He doesn't. But that's pretty much all I'm gonna say though, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. I can't believe this dude still getting on the internet talking about his girlfriend. Watch now. It's all gonna come crumbling down on him, people. He's claiming that he's back with his girlfriend now, but watch now. He's gonna get trolled again. He's gonna get sucker again, and what's he gonna do? He gonna get right in front of that camera and make a video about it and started whining and complaining. I knew you was a troll and this and that. Cyrax, we done seen this movie plenty of times, bro. I'm just waiting very patiently until whoever your so-called girlfriend is that you're proclaiming that whoever she is. I'm just waiting that it's a bunny troll. I'm just waiting very patiently. Because I feel like they all setting you up again, bro. They all setting you up again for a booby trap. And Cyrax he loves these booby traps. He honestly loves these booby traps. You would think somebody that's been in many booby traps like Cyrax have, you would think they would have wised up some, but he hasn't wised up any. Cyrax just love walking into these booby traps every time on the internet. And it's funny. It's funny. That's why these people laugh at you, bro. They laugh at you. And if this is a real woman that you're talking to, Cyrax, if this is a real woman that you're talking to, and whatever little problems y'all having, y'all need to keep that. You need to keep that to yourself, Cyrax. If she was smart enough, if she had any freaking sense, she would pull you to the side and say, why are you going on the internet telling people that me and you having a falling out? See, this is why these trolls come after you, because every time something don't go your way, or you sense that somebody's trolling you or trying to set you up, you go run on the internet, whining and complaining and thinking that this person is a troll and this and that. They setting you up. If she had any fucking brains, she would be like, nah, I can't be with a guy like you, because you always get on the internet and you always tell everybody about our business. Relationships supposed to be a private thing, but Cyrax's eyes, I guess relationship isn't a private thing to him. When things go bad, or if he have like a falling out with his so-called little fantasy girlfriend, oh, he'll go running back on the internet telling everybody that, oh yeah, we had a little argument and this and that, when it could have been something that you could have kept private. I don't know why any females out there, any woman out there would want to trust a guy like him, especially when Cyrax is very well known on the internet. Do you really? I'm only talking to the real women's out there. For all the real women's out there, if you want to be in a relationship with Cyrax, that's y'all's choice. But do y'all really want to put yourself in that kind of world, in that miserable world where you living with a goblin or the goblin living with you, and y'all are getting harassed and picked on and this and that? Do you really want to be with somebody like that? I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be with a woman who's got a bad reputation on the internet and trolls mess with her every day in life. I would never get in a relationship with a woman who's got trolls coming to our house and harassing her. Like, why would anybody want to get mixed up with somebody like that? I know I wouldn't. You got to be a freaking idiot, a dummy, to want to get mixed up with someone like Cyrax. You got to be an idiot. Anyway, peace.